Hello and welcome everyone to Cybercast, the Transformer and Action Figure Podcast Show. This is episode 312. I'm joined with Rick and maybe other people join. I'm not sure, but anyways, you got the two of us. Rick, where can people find you, man?
You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter as Shatrdglassjazz.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at G1Xtron. So before we get into the new stuff, there's not a ton of it, so we're going to be doing our vintage Joe vehicles and kind of rating those. And when we get to that point, I'll kind of tell you how we're doing the rating system. But what are your figures of the week?
I got a few. All right,
You got a few.
Yep. This one I opened up. I don't think I made a post on Instagram, but I had it as part of my stories, which is what I'll do sometimes. I got that Boba Fett from The Mandalorian Season 2. Got him with using his rocket pack with that visor down and taking down those drop ships. I think he turned out looking really good. Trying to open up more of my Hot Toys now that I'm in the new room. I'm making some progress. He also came with this little, to add to the base, like the little cracked up Stormtrooper helmet with the battle damage from that episode. So I use that as a base. Yeah, he turned out looking really good. I think I had him for a few weeks and I hadn't opened him. And then once I opened him, I'm like, I brought my wife in here, I brought my kid in here. I'm like, look how good this one looks. This is like one I'm really excited about. But I don't know why, but for some reason I wasn't excited when I got him in. But when I opened him, I was like, wow, this turned out looking really good. And the other thing is, I don't think I have any of my Boba Fett's firing the rocket. And that was like the first time that I remember him doing it in a really cool way, that episode. So yeah, that came in. And then I'm pretty sure a lot of people got this, but I think it's a pretty big deal. Like, I hadn't actually been displaying my G.I. Joe Classified. I have all my vintage stuff up. I'm still trying to get all of it up. I've got maybe 85% of my vintage up right now. But I hadn't displayed any Classified. But once I got this guy in, I put in about a half a shelf so far of Classified, and that's the Serpentor.
Oh, nice. I haven't got him yet.
The reason I hadn't displayed them is I just wanted to make sure I had plenty of them before I started putting the shelf together. And I feel like now that you have him, he's the centerpiece. If you're having a Cobra Squad, this is what you put your Cobra Squad around. So I was really happy to get him. And again, it made me finally start displaying my Classifieds. I'm starting to have fun putting those up and figuring out. I don't have room for all of them because I've got my Action Force on that same shelf, and I've kind of divided it up where I've got half of it is Action Force and half of it is Classified. And the funny thing is, I've only had a few people in the room this week, but the people that came in thought it was seamless. They thought that they were G.I. Joes. So Bobby's doing a great job at trying to work that 6-inch. I like Action Force slightly better, but together on the same shelf, they all fit in seamlessly. And that's something that we can't say about a lot of stuff that we collect these days. Last thing, I'll have some more the next show. If we stay on our schedule, I'll have some more for the next show. But some new Action Force stuff came out this week, but I haven't opened but one of them. And that is he did a Steel Brigade, kind of like a heavy gear pack with some new stuff for your Steel Brigade guys. There we go. So I just put him out today, but here's try to show both of them. Let's do this one. Here's your regular guy that you've seen. That's he's been out for over a year, it feels like. Regular Steel Brigade, And then this one, you get a new head, new vest. It's got the shells on it and the armor. It's kind of like more of like a heavy Steel Brigade guy. New gun, new holsters for both legs. Gets a new handgun, new pistol in there. But he also gets this one. You can put 2 mags in there. You can see
nice.
They changed it. See the Steel Brigade logo on the back now. Have that on the back. He's also got a new knife. Most of the stuff Bobby's doing with the nods and stuff is real world, so I don't keep up. I'm not a knife aficionado, but they're all like real world knives.
I'd probably know what a couple of them are.
Dude, so yeah, like I've only gotten 2 of them so far, but I'm planning on only displaying one. So like this guy is, like your real badass of the group, and I'll have like a lot of the regular ones around him. But so that came out, and like I said, some other stuff came out, but I'll save it for the next show. These are, I think he's calling this the redeployments, because he put out the regular Steel Brigade. There's a Swarm Trooper in the wave, both with minimal changes. Most of the changes had to do with now you don't have to really heat them up as much. The ones I only ordered one of each to see what the changes were like, and yeah, they are easier to articulate. So that was really the change. And you get the gear pack, the heavy gear pack for your Steel Brigade, and then there's some new character Blowback, and then there is another Swarm Sentry. It's like a black and gold color, but I'll show those next time. But there is new Action Force out there along with the G.I. Joe stuff that people have been picking up.
A lot of 6-inch stuff. Let's see, we got Toy Mafia joining us. Legionardo says hello as well. Xander's joining us. He says he loves that Serpentor in Action Force. And then Art says, hello, has it been 3 months since the last cast? No, we had one
2 weeks
before
ago.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right. Yeah, on the 12th.
2 weeks.
November 12th.
We're on schedule.
So
we're back.
Yeah, at least to one a month. So So we just have to, this is a holiday season, so you kind of have to schedule everything around it. Sport, where can people find you, and what are your figures of the week?
Well, you can find me here on YouTube as Sportimus and on Twitter as Sportimus Prime. And if I ever get back on other places, I'll let you know. I got a bunch of stuff, but I'll keep it short. This is the most recent thing I got, which is the Leech from MOTU.
He's
Origins.
nice looking.
Yeah.
And
He's cool.
It's one of the better figures. Very faithful to the original design, like most of them are. It's got the extra head, which is really nice. So if you don't want that suction cup head, you can put the more classics looking head on him, which I really appreciate.
And the hands too. You don't have to go with the suction cup hands. Yeah, they're nice hands.
Another thing is, if you don't mind, I'd like to make a very brief announcement, if that's okay.
Okay.
As people on Cybercast know, but I'm going to share it with everyone. February of this year, I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. And I'd like to thank everyone on Cybercast for their support and their friendship and kindness. And it's been a rough year. And everything that you've done for me in support, I really appreciate. Another reason why I'm stating this online is I went from 1 to 9 years to live to possibly being cured from this. It was the size of a tennis ball to now about half an inch. I'm sorry?
I said good news.
That is good news. The bummer part is I'll be going in for surgery this Thursday. It will be very major surgery. There is some risk involved. So I'll be out for about 4 to 6 weeks to let you all know ahead of time in terms of recovery, because I won't be able to do a whole lot of physical activity during that time because I have to heal. So I'm not trying to bum anyone out. I just want everyone to know what's going on, and please, just keep good thoughts and be positive, and I'll see you when I see you.
I mean, at this pace, we might not even do a Cybercast until you never know. So it might be 3 months.
If you have Dalton or Mike come on, they might have enough people, but
we'll get by, man. We just wish you the best. So
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It's scary, but hopefully, in the end, everything will hopefully be all right.
Art says, wishing you the best, Sportimus. Thoughts and prayers to you and your family, and wish you a safe and speedy recovery. So
thank you. It's been a long year.
Good stuff there.
Yeah, thank you, Art.
All
Thank
right.
God we have distractions like toys. What
Yeah.
would you do without them?
Honestly, that's true. I mean, that's kept me going.
Yep.
I mean, going to the store, looking around, keeping my
Yep.
mind off of things, and getting new stuff and messing around with it, or doesn't have to be toys. It'd be like videos I like and other stuff. I mean, just keeping my mind off things really has helped too.
The only unfortunate part is, like you say, like, yeah, going to stores, looking at toys, and then Sportive Miss is like, this is the same stuff I've been seeing for 3 months.
That is frustrating. It is.
Why don't we get anything new in?
Where's the new stuff? I mean, I see pictures on Twitter, people finding that, what's the guy with the white hair, the G.I. Joe, flew out of my head. Outback? Is that his name?
Yeah,
I see people finding that.
Actually.
I can't. No, my Target still has the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes movie figures. They're not putting anything.
Oh, dude, each one of my Walmarts has at least 50 of those.
Yeah.
So, and they're full price too.
Yep, they're not clearancing them. I don't understand. Give
Mine
me my
are
new stuff.
Gone.
Dude,
it took months, but mine are finally gone.
I'm thinking about buying them all up.
As far as the old Snake Eyes stuff,
just so they'll be like, dude, we sold
gone.
out of all our G.I. Joe stuff. Like we need to resupply them, and then I'm just going to return them a week later.
There we go.
Like, here they back are. But now I get new supply. So.
It's a good idea.
Let's get some good old fashioned Goku. Need to get our minds up. No, we don't do Goku, man. All right, so a couple of my figures of the week. Joe, gonna go with Dr. Mindbender. This is pretty cool little set here. So I open it up and looked at it. So
is the cape posable?
Wired?
I don't think.
It looks like there might be a little wire thing going around it.
Yeah, because Serpentor's
put it
wired,
behind
I think, right?
Yeah, they put it behind him. So I haven't fully opened it yet.
He's not wired.
It's not.
No, the Serpentor is not.
The Serpentor's not? Really? Oh.
And then I got
still a great figure.
Still coming in. Basically the Python Patrol stuff. So let's see, 4 of the 6 have shown up. So
wow.
Yeah, and a few other things, but those are kind of the main stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of 6-inch showing up.
We'll get into some screen share here. And boys, we're starting off with the Vintage Vehicles 1986. So here's how the ranking goes. Let's see. Wait a second. Did I do everything right?
And if you missed the previous episodes, we're doing at least 2 years per show. So backtrack to the previous episodes to see the other years.
All right. So you rank them A, B, C, or D. A, cream of the crop, gotta have it. B, you want it in your collection and you really like it a lot. C, you want it in your collection, but it's all right. D, you don't need it. And basically, money is not an issue. The size of your collection room is not an issue. This is clearly on, is it absolutely the best? Do you want it in your collection? Is it all right? Or are you just like, you know what? I don't even like the side of this thing. So we'll start off with the Air Chariot. Now, just based on vehicle, because a lot of these things, they come with, pilots or whatever. So this is based on vehicle. Where you got this thing?
A. I like it.
Well, the thing is, like, for me, like, when we rated like the Whale, for instance, the Whale was an A.
Yeah.
This is nice to have with Serpentor, but for me, if I didn't have it, I'm still okay. So it'd be a low B, not quite a C, but a low B for me.
That's where I put it at B. That's why I was like, A is like cream of the crop. B is you still want it, you like it, you may love it, but it's just not cream of the crop. And then C is you still want it in your collection. Like there's A, B, and C, you still want it in your collection. C is just like, it's okay. I still want it. And then D is just like, I don't even want it. So this is a B, a solid B for me, because
Really? Huh.
I like it, but it ain't up there with the A's. What, like if we did a list and said, here's all the things we have at A's, let's say unanimous, all the A's, like you wouldn't put this in the same category as that. That's the way I look at it.
I'm just so used to, when I think of Serpentor, I think of him with that. I can't see him without it.
Yeah, but this is just based on vehicle. That's where Art says, he goes, well, C, by itself, and then Xander said B. The Hydro Sled. God, they don't have pictures of this sucker.
I've only got one of them, and I only got it a few years ago. I keep it with my eels, so I mean I still like eels without it. I'd see this as a C for me. Like I'm glad I have it, but it's not in the same category as some of those great big amazing, cream of the crop vehicles.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
This is a C for me as well. Art said it's a D, and Xander said it's a B. Yeah, I mean it's just one of those like.
Yeah.
I don't mind having it. Sure, I'll take it. It's free, but like, if you ended up taking it away from me, I'm not gonna throw a fit. And then our next one, the Night Raven.
This one's a beautiful
This is gonna be
vehicle.
unanimous, right?
This is a A+.
Yes. If there was an
beautiful.
S tier where you could only put 3 things in an S tier out of the entire line, this would probably make it into that S tier for me.
Yeah,
whenever I saw this thing as a kid, I'm like, that's the vehicle. That thing is awesome. But of course, us
like
kids in the 80s back then, like we loved SR-71s and Blackbirds,
Oh yeah.
like we had posters of them on our wall, and this was very similar to that. So
it's a thing of beauty. Yeah.
And
it's like the ultimate bad guy vehicle,
Yeah.
I also loved this little thing. I know it showed it like it was like a prison transport, but I always just threw another dude in there to where I would have my 2 guys in the cockpit flying, and then someone coming to attack him, and then he would just detach here and go and screw him up, and then attach back. So
he's also like it was also like my scout vehicle, like if I was playing, G.I. Joe Cobras, it would scout to the island, for the adventure and let everybody know what's down there. So
and also the landing gear, the missiles that pull down, the way the cockpit it pulls from below instead of opening up top, the flaps here as well, like that was cool. Like just a lot of cool things about it.
The accents of red on the windows, all the windows was really nice.
Look at it from there, man. That is
wicked.
Amazing looking. Yeah. And Xander and Art are both like, dude, this is A all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone rates this less than an A, just click off the show and leave. Yeah. Just don't watch anymore.
This one's fun to play with too.
Oh, Art's asking about the silver repaint. Would it still be an A? I think we come up on that like another year though. That's part of another. There's several repaints. I think starting in like 88 or something like that.
Yeah, there's some repaints.
87, 87 or 88. This little thing right here that broke all the time. Everybody remembers that. All right, Cobra Stun. I don't know where you guys are on this, but I'm putting this at A. I love this thing.
Yeah, it was highly, in front of the camera on the series, multiple series and the movie for Joe.
Yeah.
So it was seen a whole lot. I would say
I
I'd
would
say a
say
high
low A.
B.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
go high B
Yeah.
or low A. I really enjoy this thing. I think I had 4 of these. Like
Yeah.
so
It's a
this
nice
was like,
vehicle.
you know,
It's
like
fragile though. I mean, as
rolling
far
up
as
like
fragile
a big
vehicles
dirt
go,
mound, and you had
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 of them. So
yeah.
Yeah, B sounds
I had to replace the flags on the one I've got. I had to replace one of the like little doors that flap open in the back. Mm, but yeah, so I like the vehicle. It's hard to play with it because it's fairly fragile. Splitting it apart isn't really fragile, but the flags and some of the red parts just don't age well. But
It's
as
a
far
bummer.
as fun factor, it's a fun vehicle. And it's hard not to have it in if you're playing and you've seen the cartoons and you're not really the comic book person, but you're the cartoon person, this vehicle probably needs to be in your collection because you've seen it so often on the show.
yeah, dude, I played with it so much that these little things, I would just start going and they would just start flapping out on
Yeah.
their own. So and Xander says, you know, like this is the main judge of vehicles in my opinion. For Cobra, like you see it almost 24/7. So
That's true.
all right, Terradrome, are we gonna be unanimous here? I
mean,
loved playing with this thing.
This is A plus. A plus plus plus.
I've never seen one in real life, but I've always wanted one.
Dude, I had one as a kid and it was awesome.
Yeah, everything opens up at the bottom. All those doors open
Yeah.
up. Some of them open up differently than the others, and there's a few that repeat, whatever's
Yeah.
inside, like gassing up your vehicles. You can do that in a few of the bays. One of them's like a prison.
It's a cool playset.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I forget how you did this. Was it you twisted or
It's
something?
in one of the hidden doors on the bottom.
Oh yeah, okay.
There's
So
a
with the
lever.
handle? Okay.
Yeah, you
And then
press it
these
down. It's on like a
things
chain.
all shot back sport,
Yeah,
and then a
Nice.
firefly popped up with
Yeah.
the keys
Firebat.
folded. Yeah, or firebat. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Popped up.
I've seen reviews of this thing. It's pretty cool.
Dude, it was so fun. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can
I
see.
think I've probably got 20 Cobras in the top of it right now, so it always looks like it's busy, like the central hub. I always like that part of it. Televipers at every computer screen, Vipers on the turrets.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see. Art, Xander, both giving it A. One tidbit, do not have any room for it.
Yeah, that's true. I barely do.
This thing was so cool.
Do you guys think that they would ever redo this as a giant premium HasLab? Think this one's worthy
for
of
3 3/4 inch?
or just for the standard 3 3, the 3 3/4, not for
Yeah.
6-inch, but for the 3 3/4, could you see them redoing this at any point?
It'll cost a lot of money.
I don't know about that.
I don't know either.
Because I always look at it like the people that collect vintage stuff, like you do, and other people that collect it, like this is one of those main gets. Like we were talking about the Night Raven, the Killer Well,
Yeah.
Tomahawk, like those are main gets. Like if you're a collector of the vintage stuff, and this stuff's been out for 40 years, or close to it. Like some of the main gets, like people probably already have it. The people that want it,
Yeah,
and then the people that don't have it, they're probably not that big into it. And then are those people really going to shell out close to
the
$1,000?
See that picture that go back to that. Yeah, you can stay on that one of these pictures. Yeah. So look on the side of the door that flips out. See that little red beam that kind of flips down to stabilize that door? Those break as soon as you touch it. I rarely do I put those down. I put it down maybe twice ever, and they're on a few of the doors. Um, there's a lot of fragile parts on this beast. So the advantage of if they were to put one out is, for instance, like I could sit down with Xander and we could play in the floor with it without any hesitation of, parts breaking because they're 40 years old and whatnot. That's the main advantage. It's smaller than a flag. There are a lot of parts, but and it's not quite as complicated as the Defiant.
What
And the other thing is, it's a headquarters for Cobra.
what would you think
For
about
me,
this? If they did like parts, like those hard to find and like very breakable parts, to where if they like basically they remade those to where they're like like today's plastic instead of 40-year-old plastic, it's not colored or shoot on or any of that stuff, kind of reproduction.
You can get 3D printed. People make 3D printed parts for stuff, but I usually don't put them in my vintage stuff because I don't like to mix repro into my stuff. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I think the real thing would be like, is 6-inch with the economy the way it is? Kind of, we've had 6-inch now for a while, not just Joe's but Black Series. Do you think that it'll ever turn backwards, where the toy company's main focus is 3 3/4 again, or do you think 6-inch is here to stay? And the reason I ask that, and this question as well for the HasLab, the future HasLabs, is they kind of dip their toes in with the new Sky Striker, and it's really I think that's a small dip, because it's not a great big play set, or it's not like Java Sail Barge or Unicron, right? It's a better Sky Striker with a cool base and some blast effects and stuff like that. Do you think that 3 3/4 Joes would ever come back and be as popular as the 6-inch is currently?
I think so.
That's really the question. And would it be forced because of the economy? Would that be a forced decision for collectors and the big toy companies because of the economy? That's just a question.
I think if on 6-inch, if their main focus is characters and making sure that they have all their little weapons and they can fit all their weapons and all their details are like when you look at the figure, you're like, that's done right. That was done right. Like whenever you look at several of them, that they've done, and I think that you'll always have that 6-inch, collectors out there. But as far as the smaller stuff, if they wanted to do vehicles, like Art was even saying, he goes, what if they sold it in like sections, like a pie? Because I look at this, whenever you look at the play area, you kind of see them all throughout here. I always looked at this as kind of like a Death Star, and like whenever they sold you the Death Star, the vintage one, like it was just like a little section of it, to where you can let's see, going back through here, you can see like doors to get to the next thing and hold something else. Like I always looked at this and I was like, dude, this is basically like a G.I. Joe Death Star, so, but you got like a whole section of it. I don't know how. I mean, the thing is huge.
Like if they cut it in half and did it, and it just went seamlessly together.
Yeah, because they've done that with some other stuff.
Third-party Transformers have done it a few times too.
The little hallways for the Star Wars vintage. They did that, and then also like part of the carbonized chamber or whatever.
Yeah, they split that in half.
Yeah, the smaller play sets. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it all connects and operates properly, I don't see a reason why not to. But I wonder how they would do those like pre-orders. Yeah,
and for me, I think
that you'd want a commitment to.
I feel like it'll end up being a forced decision because the prices went up a little faster than we imagined.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
know.
was thinking that.
I remember saying on this show multiple times about 4 years ago that $20 6-inch figures was the best deal going. Marvel Legends Black Series mostly is what I was talking about. And I know we've all agreed multiple times that $20 for what we were getting back then was really good. But now they're between 25 and 30, depending on where you go for a regular one. And deluxe can be 30 to 80, depending on what it is and what it comes with. So the reason I think the question is relevant, or a question that you can really think about, is would everyone be forced back to that at some point? It's just something to think about. And if you were, would you want playsets again?
I don't think I could be forced back. I think if they ever said like, all right, we're done with 6-inch, like, hey, it's back to 3 3/4 inch. I'm thinking, you know what? I think I'm happy with what I have, and I'm probably done.
And I'm looking at how many people are like on the way out now, since Super 7 has kind of finished the core Thundercats, finished the core Turtles. See a lot of people saying, "Hey, I'm done with it. I'm finally done with that. That's great. I have what I need." How long before G.I. Joe 6-inch, whether it's Tiger Force, Night Force, when the figures hit $30, I think a lot of people are going to turn tail and run. I do not think that people are going to collect in a big way.
Yeah, the army building is going to go down.
That's for sure.
Isn't that why we're finding
little variants?
Isn't that why we're finding Bats and Vipers on the shelf, or is it distribution? Think about that for a minute. I think it's the other. Yeah, because we weren't seeing this a year or two ago, or even before that. So,
real quick, what do y'all think about the Conquest? We can definitely jump back into the conversation, but real quick before we move on to the next thing, the Conquest. Xander says B. I give this a B as well.
Yeah, that's a B vehicle for me.
Really?
Well, what you got to add, Sport?
I always like that design. That A.
An A?
I like it. I don't know.
I mean,
it's in the comics. It's in the cartoon. It's seen a whole lot. The vehicle's definitely seen a lot.
Art gives it a B as well. Like I had this. I thought it was cool.
I like the wings forward design. It just does it for me.
There's even an aerator vehicle that's got this design too. It's for Warriors of Wind.
Comes with the driver. You get Slipstream with it. So
I give it a B though. I like. Is he Night Raven and Sky Striker and Rattler? Like, no, he's just below that. So that's why I'm putting him at a B. So
yeah.
But you want A?
I like it a lot. I don't know why. I just like the design.
The good thing about that vehicle too, if people like it and want it, it's readily available at most of the conventions, and it's also very affordable. You can get 2 of them. It's very affordable.
What about the Devilfish? Where do you guys got this thing?
Devilfish. I like it, but
it's a C.
I would give this a high C. I don't necessarily need it, but I like it with the tactical battle platform, like having it over where the ladder is, and having like one of your Navy guys kind of jump from that onto the ladder and onto the tactical battle platform. To me, it's sort of like an accessory to the tactical battle platform for me.
Yeah. Let's see. Xander puts this at a B, and Art puts it at a C.
Yeah, I'm with Art on that one.
Yeah.
And you got a C as well, so we all had C. Oh, Xander loves this thing. He's got it at a B.
Oh, good. He likes That's awesome. Yeah.
All right, hang on, I have got to. I got a little crazy with the AC. I got that sucker pumping.
It's a cold 74 degrees in his room.
Yeah, dude. I had to turn it down. I had it at 68 because it's hot again.
Lucky it's 19 degrees where I'm at.
Dude, it's gonna be like back in the 80s.
Lucky
this week.
The 80s, jeez.
Yeah, dude. I when I went to the gun store, I was wearing a shorts and a t-shirt. So,
Oh God.
running with
to
the AC
Lucky.
on. like it was cold for like 4 or 5 days. And everyone was like, "This is an ice storm. This is some brutal weather." Like, it's not even icing or snowing or anything. It was just like windy and wet, no sun out. And we were like, "This is brutal. This is what Antarctica must feel like." Oh my goodness. It was like mid-40s.
Jeez. 9 degrees yesterday for me.
Did I have cowboy boots on with the shorts? No, I didn't wear the cowboy boots.
No cowboy
some
boots.
chucks.
What?
Got it. What was it? Firefly or
The fire looks like you're on the fire bat.
Firebat. What do you guys got this? I got it at a B. I love this vehicle.
Yeah, this is a nice vehicle, and I like the AVAC
Yeah.
pilot. Really cool. So this is a high B for me.
Yeah, same here. I dig it.
Art's got it at a B as well. Xander, you putting this at a C? What?
What happened?
He never sees it either, to be fair. Like, I keep it hidden inside the teardrum.
That's probably why he's like
Yeah.
getting back at you.
We haven't
for
played
it.
we haven't played with this one. In fact, this one I had trouble getting I needed one more gun that wasn't broken to complete it. And when I finally got it, I got it on there, clipped in, and I just keep it inside the teardrum. So we don't play with it. I think I've got a modern one sitting somewhere. So
All right, the Havoc. What do you guys got this?
I love this. This is one of those vehicles that I loved it.
Yeah, I've got this at a B though. Art
Yeah,
says
this is
A.
This is going to be an A- for me, like just low A, but it's still up there, and it's got a lot of features. I love the way that they can lay down and stuff, and I like the putting Roadblock in the back of it, like from the movie, and having the little hovercraft come out, and I like the turret at the top. I don't know. This is a cool vehicle. It's in the movie, so it gets featured a decent amount.
Yeah,
Nemesis
Art and
Enforcer
Xander both
tears
put it
it
at
up.
A.
I put it a solid B.
Oh
And
yeah, forget that this opens up and the little hover thing pops
Yeah.
out too.
That's cool. And this is another one like the Conquest. This one is easily
they went on their belly.
obtainable on the aftermarket. So you can find this one at conventions, and it's fairly affordable. It's not too bad.
Yeah, the pilots riding on their bellies doesn't sound like it's really safe.
Comfortable.
Like, you can't wear a seatbelt, and like if you hit anything, like you are definitely going head first out the window.
If Nemesis Enforcer puts his elbow claw through the bottom of it and rips it open, you might not make it.
Yeah. The Recon Sled.
I just got one of these last year.
You could throw this in D for me. I don't care about this at all.
This one's a C- for me. I like it. Like, I like to have like that one-man recon. I wish I had two of them. I only have one. But I like the idea of sending someone out on like a one-man vehicle. But C-.
Let's see. Art puts it at a D as well. Xander puts it at a low C. Yeah, this is D for me. You can hear that dog, I bet.
He agrees with you.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. Would you have this at Sport?
I don't remember it. I don't know if I should grade it.
Yeah. Rate them all.
Okay, D, because I just don't remember it. It means nothing to me.
All right, the Tomahawk, which I've been talking about since 82. This is an A, boys.
Yeah, that has to be an A.
That's one of the main vehicles.
Art says A.
He's like,
Xander, I'm just gonna assume he's gonna say A. Like, if he
this is one
doesn't,
of those
you got to
top
jump
shelf.
off your. You got to. Rick's like, I'm putting down my head. So I'm gonna go talk to that boy. You can hear him in the background. Xander,
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
Yeah,
I raised
I
you
know
better
he
than
loves.
this.
He likes this vehicle.
I think it had a lot of features on it.
It has some nice features. It can
Yeah.
hold the guys, a lot of guys.
And the double blades, and they were so
Yeah.
big too.
Yeah. They like to droop. That's the only thing I could say bad about this vehicle is, over time they droop.
Well, if the back ones, if they droop a little bit, then you just got to turn them, because then they'll just turn the front ones on their own.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, Xander's giving it an A.
That's a cool design.
And I mean, they've re-released this vehicle.
Yeah, and
the
club did the Tiger Hawk vehicle, the Tiger Force version of it. I really like that one too. I have both of them up behind me on the top shelves.
Yeah, you see all the artwork, man, all the little dudes all over the place.
Yeah. That's the thing. When you get into the bigger vehicles like a Whale or a Tomahawk where you can have so many people, to me it's like part playset too. It's not just a vehicle, it's a playset too.
Yeah. The Triple T, this is just gonna be a C. Like, I want it in the collection, but yeah.
I would put it at a low B, like a B minus. I like it. Like this is one where if they make it for 6-inch, which is totally doable.
Yeah, that's
I would buy that to go with my Slaughter for sure.
Give it a C.
And if they started with the Night Force version, I'd like it even more. They just did both of them. I'd go for the Night Force version.
Yeah, Art saying, without Sarge, C, and Xander said low B. So I think we're all kind of around the same.
He had no protection in that vehicle.
No, it's kind of like you're peacocking at that point, right? I mean, you're just rolling in like.
Dreadnought Air Assault.
Yeah, basically, repaints.
Yeah.
I've never added this to the collection, so like for me,
I could say C.
Yeah, this is like a C minus.
Yeah, like cool. I'm getting it for free, whatever. But I don't care that much.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Dreadnought Ground Assault. Kind of the same thing here. C.
Mm-hmm.
This one, because I like the Vamp so much in the Ram, I'd give this one a B minus. Like I wouldn't mind. I've got the modern version of that the club did of the Jeep at least, but
Art's giving these last two both C's, and he also says Sarge didn't need any protection.
Right.
And the Dreadnought Swampfire.
This one I've still got in the package. I've never opened
this one.
I'm gonna give it a C because I'm glad I have it in the collection because I like the looks of it. I like it, but I've never played with it, so I can't give it higher than a C.
Yeah.
One day maybe I'll open it.
Boy, you guys are crazy. I'm giving this a C. Art's giving it a B, and Xander's giving it a high A.
Really?
Oh,
a high A.
Xander might want to open this one up.
I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's like, Yeah, you haven't. Yeah, okay. Xander's just given it an A 3 times. So
Just dropping hints there.
He wants to open this one, I can tell. Make sure the tape's not cut on that one next time.
Thunder Machine. I want to give this one an A. This one's pretty cool. I think so. Because you can put all those dreadnoughts on it.
Yeah, this one's awesome. This is very like Mad Max, and this is, for me, this is like your number one dreadnought vehicle.
Yeah.
This one's definitely an A.
Art gives it an A as well. What'd you say, Sport?
I give it a B. I like it, but
okay, Xander gives it a B as well.
No, I'm with Xander on that.
Anybody want this in 6-inch form once they start cranking out dreadnoughts? So far, we got Zartan and Zorana. Do you want a Thunder Machine?
No, I don't want a Thunder Machine.
If they could do it less than 150, and I don't want it HasLab. I just want it put it together in the store. You know, boxed up. Put my wheels on. Put my shell of the vehicle together. $149.99. No. You can even keep Thrasher out of it and just put him in a mainline wave to keep it cheaper. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. If they would do that, because like there's so many people that just want the figures.
Yeah, and I'm okay with them keeping it separate. Keep them separate. Put them in a mainline, not an exclusive, where everybody can get it, and then put the vehicle out a little bit cheaper. $149.99.
Do we even look at these battle stations? Can we just give them all D's?
No, not all of them.
Are you
some of them? Yeah.
For real? Are you for real?
Yeah, I like the play sets.
Dude,
the surveillance port. I'm okay. This one's a C for me. The surveillance points is a C. Some of the play sets are a lot of fun though. There's one or two that I really like.
Oh, I had a friend who got me one. I can't remember the name of it. It's a G.I. Joe one. It's like he sat in it, and then next to him was like a gun turret. Do you know what I'm talking about?
We'll see.
There's
Xander said A on all the play sets, so you mean these little
he
things.
likes he likes the world building a lot.
That's cool. I admire his enthusiasm.
Art says my parents.
That's probably the one. Is that the one you talk about, Sport? The Law. It's got the turret and a little place for one guy to sit.
Yeah, that's the one.
Art says my parents would buy me these mini sets on road trips just to keep me quiet in the back seat.
I agree, Art. That's exactly what that price point was. Yep.
I didn't know what to do with this thing. It just sat there.
It's the child version of a hush puppy.
Yeah.
All Xander says this is the second one he just got from Joe Fest, so.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that he got this one. So I would give this one a C. This one in surveillance port about the same for me.
I'm going still D. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of this stuff.
Ooh, here we go.
My mom gave it to Goodwill.
This one for me is a B. This is probably my favorite one that I have, the Outpost Defender. You get your sandbags, you got like a little wall, little ceiling, an antenna for communications. You got a weapons box over there you can open up. It's got, some weapons inside of it. This one I like because it can protect maybe 2 or 3 Joes that you've got in there, one behind the turret. Yeah, look at that. You got dial tone and low light.
What? Weapons do not shoot. Did they really have to put that on the...
Well, if it don't shoot, it's a D then, yeah.
I don't ever remember seeing that on any of the boxes. Like
you
see the artwork.
You have to put that on those boxes.
What the only crazy toy I remember from the 80s, it was you remember Wizard magazine?
Yeah.
That would tell you like the prices of cards and comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was like this section of like toys that like didn't make it. You know, like they went in and they were test, and then whenever
Yeah.
they went through the test of kids, like hey, it failed because of safety regulations. They actually had a Ghost Rider where his head lit on fire. Like it
Nice.
had like a lighter in the back where you would like. I'm not talking about like the Terminator and RoboCop cap. You know, where he had caps in their back. Like that actually made
yeah.
it through. This was a Ghost Rider that its head actually lit on fire,
That
and
would
it
have
was
been
like,
awesome.
yeah,
by the way.
this one just didn't make it through the like the safety stuff. I'm like,
This, yeah.
how did it
Right.
make it that far to where there was
Yeah.
actually a production sample? Like, I don't even know how that made it that far. It was the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Kids
That would've
like
been
fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're not gonna do the battle gear stuff. 87. Let's see. Sanders says, "LOL, the weapons do not shoot. Ridiculous." So,
Oh yeah, he's been making stuff.
Yeah, I want live ammunition, darn it. Yeah.
and Art says, "Man, I would make my own with those green strawberry plastic baskets." Dude, I remember. I'm pretty sure everyone in the '80s too. Like my grandma would eat strawberries, and then like
Yeah.
as like jails, you just turn it upside down. Like, hey, when you're done with those strawberries, I want your basket. Sometimes I would just empty her strawberries into the refrigerator and just take the basket before she was done with it. So,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Those
Yeah.
baskets were great. Huh?
what is
Yeah.
this? Look, freaking spam stuff.
I see
All
the
right.
buzz, boy.
What do you guys got?
I just got one of these maybe last year or the year before. It's probably before G.I. Joeberg did videos on it. I probably would have given this a C plus, but I'm gonna give it a B minus now that I've played with it and messed with it and watched their video, their play motion.
I'll give it a B. Art gives it a B as well.
Give it a C.
It's cool for like a single guy's like little vehicle to run off and do something.
Yeah, it's very sci-fi, 80. Oh, of course, 87 was very. Once we got to 87, we were out there on the sci-fi edge.
Oh yeah.
Go to space and everything.
Art says, I remember they had one in the NES Hydro games that you could actually get in. Coastal Defender.
I don't have it, but I'm very aware of it, and this
is
one
going to be a
is
D
gonna
for
be
me.
a D.
Yeah, definitely.
That looks boring.
Yeah.
Just a D.
It looks like Mask had some of the ones that were like a crate that would transform into like
Yeah.
like a little ship or something like that. I was like, I mean, it transforms into a ship, but it's a crate, like
Yeah.
a shipping crate. Like this is boring, No, dude. This is D all the way, man.
Oh my goodness.
Art says D for the porty potty. Xander says a low C and then does a laughing emoji. No, I don't believe him. I do not believe him. I want to see the box art where they try to make this thing look somewhat cool, because I'm not going to believe it at all.
There you go.
No.
I can't tell who's in there. The Falcon? I can't tell.
Yeah. And at $2.69. Weapons do not shoot.
Oh.
All right.
Go
on. God, I lost my train of thought on that. Cobra Jetpack. I'm throwing it a B just because it's cool to have one of them. It's
Yeah,
kind of like the glider. Like
like the
it's
claw. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not that great of a vehicle thing, but like it's cool to have one where you got that one guy that can go kind of do his little
For
mission or
story,
whatever.
yeah, as you're playing, I agree. Like having one is good. Like a B minus. I give a B minus.
Solid B.
Yeah, B
That's-
minus. Art
that's-
and Xander
It's a
both
cool
said C.
accessory.
Yeah, it's cheap and easy to get.
Yeah.
I would have fun with this one.
Yeah,
And they got crystal ball on it flying around.
cool. Weapons gonna shoot. Oh, it was $3.99, man. It's expensive. The Maggot. I was a pretty big fan of this one. I thought it was cool.
I just got it. I still haven't opened it. I'm gonna put it together sometime, maybe over Christmas holiday.
I'll give it a solid B.
Yeah, I'd throw this in the B's.
Yeah.
Because it could separate into three things. So you could pop this off and do
Yeah.
standard, and then you had, this
Little battle station with a
Yeah.
huge turret.
Yeah. I dig that.
Art says A because I had the pilot was my Rocketeer.
Really?
Yeah, the Worms pilot guy or whatever. Yeah, he does look like the Rocketeer.
And I believe Xander gave it an A as well. Does it have it separated? I think it does down here. Yeah.
There you
so
go.
have a little,
Nice.
then
Got it like a little
disconnect,
computer
you got a little
station.
thing you can drive around. Yeah.
Yeah, that it transforms basically into a Cobra playset. There's enough
Yeah.
pieces, so
Get yourself some strawberry crates, and dude, you got like
you're
a
good to
full-on
go.
base,
That's
man.
a whole day. That's
a
a whole
couple
day's battle.
a couple shoe boxes, some strawberry crates. Like, dude, you're good to go. And then you build a barrack out of some Lincoln logs, in about 5 minutes, and you're set. I don't know if I'm on my own with this one, but dude, this is an A for me. I love this.
It's a cool vehicle. I got it right above me right now. I would say it's a A minus, like not quite a B, but it's not a Night Raven. So it's lower than a Night Raven, but it's still really cool.
Yeah. Art gives it
solid
an A.
B.
He said he had it as a kid as well. Dude, this to me is the Night Raven helicopter. Like, okay, and also
Separate.
I love these
Dude.
colors. These colors are awesome together.
And you can separate it too. So you've got like multiple vehicles that you can play with. It's not just a one thing.
I think that's why, because like the red canopy, and then also
Oh,
the two
yeah.
sides detach as well. So
Mhm.
like to me, it was like, dude, this is basically like Night Raven, but it's the helicopter version.
So it had the
And I get it
pods,
purple.
right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like the two black pods, they would separate.
No, that's an A for me. I like that design.
Oh, so you're bumping up, and then
I'm
I
bumping
like
up.
the way that the propellers were
The
as
blades
well.
work.
Yeah.
The missiles looked really cool because they had like that jagged look to them.
Yeah. I remember seeing a
This is
review on
another
this.
one that's
a neat one.
easy to find on the aftermarket at conventions. There's always one on, at least a few on the floor.
Yep, there's a little things attached to.
Oh, I would love to have that one.
Dude, I love this vehicle. Yeah, Art said this sucker was huge. Or
It's taken up like a fourth of my shelf. It takes up. That's the only thing about GI Joe vehicles is if you're gonna collect them, make sure you got plenty of space because man, they take up all my space.
I love that pod design. That's cool.
Yeah, I liked how they're staggered too.
Yeah.
Instead of just three, and how the middle is shorter than the other. Like I just loved this design. It was so awesome. Ballistic ball.
Pogo.
I hated this thing. That's a D for me.
I'll give it a C. I'll give it a C.
Yeah,
I don't
This
care.
one's a C. Like I've only got one. I've got my battle armor, Cobra Commander. I think that was a comic book scene I'm thinking of, but I've got him with it.
Yeah. Art gives it a C. Xander gives it a D.
Yeah, thank you, Xander. I agree.
Yeah.
It's just so impractical in battle. It's just no.
It is more funny.
I'd rather have the
vehicle.
trouble bubble. You know?
Yeah, the trouble bubble was cool, but this
Trouble
thing
Bubble was
bouncing
awesome.
around. No. I'm gonna get you, boring. No.
All right.
It's almost more like a He-Man vehicle than a Joe vehicle, right? I mean, it seems like more of a Masters of the Universe vehicle.
Or a Ninja Turtle design or something, but not.
Yeah.
You know.
C-Ray, I'm gonna give this a B.
Yeah, I like this one. It's kind of there's a few points on it that are super fragile, but
Oh, you
like
can just see it here.
oh yeah,
B is
it's where that
all right.
connects to the back. There's some clips. There's 2 clips back there that very scary.
God, I don't remember it being like that.
But it probably wasn't when we were kids, but 30, 40 years later.
Art's giving
That
a B.
plastic.
Xander says high C.
Yeah,
It
B
looks
sounds all
better
right.
from the top down, I think.
Yeah, the photos always look. Yeah, that's your photo right there. I like the Sea Slug pilot too. I like his colors and his.
Oh, that's
Like the
right.
look of it.
It's attached there, and could it be like a glider, and then let's go to submarine or something like? I forget
Yeah.
exactly the way it was.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Still B. So
Yeah.
this is another one that, dude, I love it.
It's a cool design. Yeah.
I love these little ski things that pop off
missiles.
too.
Yeah,
Dude,
pretty cool.
Again, I have memory because it snows so rarely in Texas that when it did one time, like, boy, I was popping out with these suckers and like having a blast. Like,
Yeah.
no longer am I playing with them in the dirt. Like, they basically had to be like dirt vehicles, So I was like, oh, I can finally play in the snow. Like, and dude, I had so much fun, and it looks so cool too.
Yeah, Art's right. The I can't think of the name of the guy. What's the pilot name? Click over there.
Ice Viper.
The Ice Viper. Ice Viper. Yeah, they look like little ninjas with the size. I agree with that.
Xander just give this a B. What, Xander? You don't like it?
This is about A- is what I would give it.
I'm giving it an A because I enjoyed it so much.
It's a fun vehicle.
And it had the skis, but it also had like the little tank tracks in there too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just. See if we can get to there's missiles out. Yeah, look at this thing, man. It's just awesome. $10 back then. We gotta start figuring out these prices, what that would be today. Lord. Crossfire. I'm trying to. This is one I did not have, and I don't even remember it either.
No, I think this one is an RC vehicle too.
Oh, is it? Well, then,
I don't remember.
Yeah, I had the pilot, but I never got the vehicle. So
Dude,
I mean, Rumbler's okay, but
you can throw this in D for me.
This one's a D for me. Yeah.
Art gives it a D as well. Sport, what did you give it?
Same thing. D. I have no recollection of that thing.
Xander said it's the first time he's ever seen it. He gives it an A.
It's remote control.
I think we're going to be unanimous here. Defiant.
Oh,
We're giving it a high A, right?
Oh, yeah.
Across the
Yeah,
board.
it's so fun.
that's one of the best things they've ever made.
It's also the most fragile.
Yeah, that's true, but it's still epic. Yeah.
I remember I was in that panel where the guys that I think most of the crew that made it was in the panel, and they were talking about getting this to get this made, and looking at it was like they didn't believe that people said yes, and they were able to actually put it on the market. It's so insane. Like it would never ever get made again. Like it was never a chance. It's just so insane. It's like the flag. It's almost a miracle that it exists. As awesome as this is, and you can put so many Joes on it and open it up into all that, the elevators and the bottom headquarters and the booster and then the shuttle itself. It's amazing. The only problem is, again, the wheels can't hold the weight of the vehicle. So if you display it, like I keep mine on books, there's books under it, so you can't tell. The wheels are almost hitting the ground, but not quite. But I keep books under the
There's
middle of it.
Rat.
Yeah, they have some secrets, some little secret things in the sculpt of this vehicle. But yeah, this one is one of those ones. It's crazy that it exists. It's so big. If you haven't seen it in person, it's so big that you laugh the first time you see it, because you're like, this is just insane. The booster part of it actually opens up into another headquarters, and it can sit up vertically, the booster part. And then the rest of it, you can kind of see it, but the booster, they don't think they showed that. But there's chairs where like people are sitting around computer stations on the inside of the booster. It's craziness. There's an airlock.
Art said, I know the small shuttle had a repaint Night Raven drone inside, but what did the bigger shuttle have inside?
Yeah, that's what the booster had inside. Art was, there's like computer consoles. There's like an airlock. There's like another
That's something to
secret
grab an
compartment.
antenna or something there.
Yeah, the shuttle had like the little grabber, and then you could put payloads on one of the little cords, and have him go out into space via the little cord.
Wow.
It's crazy. I'm looking to see, did they have anything showing the inside of the booster? Those are the elevators.
We're on pick 33 out of 97, so
okay. Yeah. Yeah, and then that's the front part. You can put, your men in there driving and calling shots. The back has those two cannons both pivot out. You can pull them out, kind of like forward, so they can come out. Yeah, and then they can push back in.
A slider. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of computer consoles and some other like little engine blocks that you can work on, and like the tops come off of them so you can see the guts of it. Those doors are super fragile, the blue doors.
So Xander, how often do you get to play with this thing?
Never.
Poor Xander.
I stickered this one up. This one took a week to clean. Erica, I took the kitchen table over for 7 days, and I cleaned it with Q-tips until it was spotless, and then I stickered it. Here's the booster. Booster also has the little front part can open up, and you can put your guys. Looks like, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty sci-fi in these things. Yeah.
It's got those little guns in the back, and the little thing rotates. There's your front, where your guys, pilot the ship and stuff.
Dude, I'm just looking at this like you're in a rocket ship and you're like sitting sideways, like you get dragged out of your chair. Oh, this poor dude that's got to sit sideways as soon as he takes off. His head's just going straight through the wall.
There you go. So once you open it up, if you're laying out, the bottom part is where the little computer consoles are, and they have little chairs that you can put in. Then there's got like lockers and an airlock and stuff like that. Those are like the little guns that swivel in and out so that they're hidden. It's insane, dude.
Dude, then look the directions of putting all this stuff together. That's the other thing is like kids, that watch, like, don't think that like you bought it and it was just like all put together like the vehicles are
Right.
today. Like, no, you had to go put all this stuff together, put on all the stickers, everything.
Yeah.
That was part of the fun.
Yeah. The process.
The blueprints and all that, and putting it all together. The 80s was a golden decade for playsets and vehicles.
It really is. Even before that, there's some 70s stuff that's amazing. Once you hit like the 2000s, things started to kind of teeter.
Sadly.
Yeah, there you go. See how the ship, you can dock it at the top? There's a little hatch. There's a little hatch that connects to it. You can drop a guy through it from the shuttle to the booster.
I think that's close to it. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna do these 2 years because we spent some time on this mobile command center, dude. Because I want to look at this thing too. Oh,
this is one that I still want. Like, I don't have this one, and I've never played with it. I still want this one. This one's on my list.
I didn't have this one as a kid, but a friend of mine did, and
did you get to play with it?
Yeah, just a couple times. I don't remember that much of it because I remember mainly the stuff that I had. I had tons of these vehicles, but this was one where I didn't have, but like I didn't go to his house that often. He had like this was like his big thing, and then he had like 2 or 3 vehicles, to where I had like just about all of them. So he'd always come over, but he would always leave this at his house. Old jerk.
I'd like to play with this one. This one looks fun to mess with.
Totally different friend from the guy that I had a Metroplex. He had a Trypticon, and he never let me play with his Trypticon when I was a kid.
Art says it was basically a fish tackle box.
It looked like that, didn't it? Yeah.
Have you never seen it open?
Okay.
Out, yeah, dude, it is a fish tackle box. Like, whenever you first look at it like this, you're like, dude, is this the Jawas? Like,
like the sand crawler.
Yeah.
They have multiple levels and everything.
It reminds me of Seinfeld. Levels. I'm just gonna make the entire apartment levels. This is Kramer's ship here.
Yeah, there we go.
Make the entire thing levels. Like you're looking in here and you're like, what is going on? There it is. It's the tackle box.
I wonder that's how they got the idea from.
Yeah, it looks like a sand crawler. I mean, at first, until you start kind of opening it up.
I mean, it's probably one of the not as exciting as like Terradrome and Defiant and stuff. I think I'm intrigued by it just because of the fact that I didn't have it. So like,
I didn't
like
have
little
it.
stuff that I could explore.
Yeah. I feel like I could have fun with it though. Like it's big enough where you can do a lot of stuff with it.
Little repair bay in there. This is the walls aren't very high,
Yeah.
so you guys are always standing over stuff.
This one has a high parts count too. There
Here
you
it
go.
is. Yeah. So whenever you look at it like this, you're like, dude, that looks awesome. Yeah. So basically, it's the tackle box.
I would have to. I haven't played with it, but I would put this at like a B-. Like I want to mess with it. Hopefully one
Yeah,
day I'll get a
yeah.
chance.
I'll put it at a B.
Yeah,
As
give
well.
it a
I
solid
forgot
B.
to rate the last two things we looked at, man. We done deep dive into. I forgot we were rating stuff. Persuader, another one I had where I was like, it's boring. I'll
Yeah, I
throw
don't
it at a
have this one.
C.
I have backstopped the pilot, but I don't have the vehicle. Yeah, I would put this in like a C category.
It's just just a 2-man tank and little rotates up top.
D for me. I don't care for it.
Art gives it a C. Xander gives it a B. Yeah. It also sucks that we're looking at these things after we just looked at Defiant and the tackle box, to where like like their shine is kind of gone.
Like
This
the road.
D, dude, this is D all over it.
Yeah, I agree.
I remember having this thing and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like
I've never played with it. I mean, I've seen it, but never messed with it.
Yeah, it's like boring.
it was boring to where you just never play with it. Xander gives it a C.
I give it a D. Reminds me of the law. Boring.
Art says looks like a trailer hitch. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
Gives it a D. Slam. I like this little cannon a little bit more just because like the 4 cannons and then look at all those missiles. There's a little compact, I believe 1-seater guy,
Yeah.
can roll. You could hook it up to something else. Also had these little things that expand out.
Does it
It's
need
a
the
two person,
little
so it's
arms?
two person guy. So one guy looks this way and another one looks this way.
It needs the arms to stabilize it so you don't like pop off the ground from all the firepower that's coming out of it. Probably.
Yeah. Can you imagine like a miniature tank that has 4 cannons and then like 10 missiles on the side of it? Like that's a lot going on.
And have good ear protection.
I put it at a high C. Like
yeah, I would put this one as a C. I wouldn't mind having one just to mess with it.
Yeah, Art says, had as a kid, B for being a cool, cheap toy that had 2 seats. Yeah.
Okay,
Like you look at
cool.
this and the one we looked at before, the trailer hitch, the Persuader, I think it was. Like it's a 2-seater. Like I'd rather have this.
Yeah, me too.
Totally.
And also the different colors too. So, got some dark green, you got the orange, light green, black. Yeah, just cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Like you look at it compared to like this, like, man, it was boring. Yeah. Let's see.
Those are just a little.
D for all of them.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Oh God! Oh Lord!
Yeah.
You got the whole Battle Force 2000 thing.
Golly,
sounds about
Dominator.
Right. D.
We play with this one here. I would give the Dominator C.
C. I'll give it C.
It breaks apart. There's another, like the shell kind of comes off, and there's another rolling vehicle under the sled vehicle.
So, Art's giving it D. So
Yeah,
we're giving it C.
I agree with Art.
kind of speed through these. Eliminator.
This was another C minus for me.
So it's got a couple
I
of
have
things
all
there.
these. I've messed with these a bit.
I'll give it C.
I don't keep them on display though.
Oh no. No, you don't put C stuff on display.
Yeah, I just don't have room for it. I would have it up if I had room.
What? Xander gives it an A. What?
He's got the Dominator. He plays with it all the time.
Oh, the Eliminator. Future Fortress. God, they just got the one picture here, really? I'm just gonna
That's the fortress. That's a future fortress. They all come together and you can build that future fortress.
Oh.
C, Art C, Xander gives it a B.
C.
Marauder. I'll just throw C. I can't even tell what
they're
that
all.
is.
I think most of these are C's for me.
Yeah.
All right, Art goes C as well.
C, easily.
Sky Sweeper.
Sky Sweeper for me is probably the one I didn't like. It's probably the one I like the least. So I'd probably give the Sky Sweeper a D plus.
I mean, I'll throw it C. Art throws it C.
The Vector Jet I actually like a lot. That one I'd give a B. This is the only one of the Battle Force stuff that I would give it a B. This one I played with a decent amount.
What about you, Sport?
I'll give that a C. It's not bad.
The little pod in the back is the cool feature. That's the part I
Oh,
like.
it detaches.
It's
Okay.
cool.
For that, I'll give it a B for that since it detaches. I don't know. I like stuff like that, like the Night Raven, the Mamba. So
I'm
you
a
get a little
sucker
bit
for
of
that stuff.
Let's see. Xander gives it a C. And Vindicator.
I don't like that one either.
I just didn't have any of this stuff. Actually.
I would give this one a D.
Great names though. Yeah.
Actually, this is one I did have out of these because I was like, I don't think I had any of these like Battle Force things or whatever, but I had this one. It's not very exciting. I'll just say C.
It's a D for me.
Air Skiff.
Yeah, this one is came with Zanzibar. The pirate dreadnought.
I feel like it's kind of like Air Chariot, like
Yeah.
I'll throw it in. I'll throw it a B.
Yeah, I would give it a B minus.
That sounds fair.
I like all the dreadnoughts though. The dreadnought vehicles I played with. This is one that I actually did play with the Thunder Machine.
B sounds fair.
Now the cycle. Like this is an A.
Yeah, this one is
cool.
I give it A minus, but I do like it. It's a cool vehicle. It feels very dreadnought. Feels right for that squad.
On the Air Skiff, Xander and Art gave it a C. Art's given this a B. The whole thing with this is you have to look at it with. Does it show it on the artwork?
Yeah.
No, it just has two. Dude, on the freaking commercials, toy commercials, they'd have dudes hanging off the rails. Like they'd have like 6 dudes hanging off this cycle. So
yeah,
Xander gives it A.
It's a cool one.
Yeah.
And they had Xandar and Zoran on the box art. So.
Yeah. All right. Getting into the news section. God, we only got like 35 minutes. We try to keep it in within 2 hours. I don't know this dude's name. Medics. God, those rims are so ugly. You want me to pay $30 for?
This legacy repaint?
Yeah. Was it crankcase or something?
Yeah, it was crankcase recently.
I didn't get him. I'm not getting this one.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Like, your prices are to where, dude, I'm only buying home runs now.
You're buying the ones you really want.
Yeah.
That's how I am, cherry picking.
Yep.
Dalton finally shows up.
Hey, Dalton.
Says, this Medics was a surprise. Weird how it wears the mold better than crankcase. And then Xander said he looks good.
Probably the colors.
Yeah. I saw these two just came out in Singapore like 48 hours ago.
Yes. Lucky.
Along with about 50 other toys that the States won't see with standard shipping until January, at least, or longer.
Yeah, I figured that. Dalton says these are two I'm definitely looking forward to. Yeah, I figured that.
These two look pretty good. I got to give it to them. Both of these figures look pretty good.
I'll pick them up.
They're both passes for me. They're both D's. Actually, Tarn could be a
D
C.
for delicious.
Like D was given to me.
D
like,
for cool. DJD.
D for delightful.
Decepticon. Justice Division.
See, I didn't read the comic, so.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could strap you to a chair and make you read it. At least the really good stuff.
Do you ever hear what Dakota did? He came over here for like a weekend one time, and this dude toted all his when all the comics, whenever they put them in those big hardcover heavy books.
Yeah, they're really the hardbacks.
So he brought all of them over here, and he's toting them around, because like after you get like several of them, like they're pretty heavy, and
it's heavy,
and he brings them in the house. Like, I never even cracked one of them open. It like whenever he left, he was like, "Did you even glance at I was like, no, I didn't even look at him."
Poor guy.
He didn't even tell me about it though. He just brought him like he was doing me this big favor, and
I don't blame him. He understands because he's read it. It's so good. Like if you had told me he came over, made you dinner, and then read you the books, I would have been like,
story time with Dakota.
That's a good date night right there. That's a solid thing he did for you.
Volume 1.
Dalton says Rick wants to pull a Clockwork Orange.
Pretty much.
Oh, but yeah, Dakota, he probably lost a few pounds, logging those big books around back and forth to his house to my house. Because, he wanted to keep them all nice and stuff too. So, he packed them in his car, real nice and stuff. And
all that effort for nothing.
I didn't even look at them. I didn't even crack the cover open to just be like, oh, what's the artwork like? And he was bragging about them too.
Don't give up, Dakota. Don't give up.
Yeah.
He's probably now he's not worth it. He's not worth saving.
When are these coming out? Next year?
Probably for the States, probably.
I mean, considering we got less than 30 days, I would bet most stuff on next year.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably summer, spring.
That's one of the movie toys, right?
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be the same character?
Tow truck and this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Air Razor.
Air Razor's a girl.
She's in the trailer. She's in the trailer for a second, not long, but in beast mode, I think.
Is she still a female?
We
don't hear her say anything, so I don't know. I'm hoping she is.
I mean, the figure looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to her sport.
That's true.
No, we're not going down there.
Okay.
Look at this pretty boy.
Victory.
Start seeing some color.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the best looking chicken you've ever seen, though, right? For real.
Yeah, big robot chicken. Okay, where am I? Okay. I honestly like if we go back, a few years, like I never thought we'd see this, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't either. It's crazy. I mean, it's still crazy.
I know they had to do it through Hasbro. Well, correction.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do it through Hasbro.
Yeah, they did.
Whatever Pulse or whatever it is.
Right.
Kickstarter. I forget what it's called.
HasLab. Yeah.
HasLab. Yeah. They went through HasLab. They didn't have to go through HasLab, but that's what they did. They could have made this, anyways, because they keep on like, well, it's like $179 or $180. I'm like, excuse me, you're putting out Titan characters that have way more plastic for like $150, $200.
Yeah, and
at regular retail stores.
I'm betting the Arc. My feeling is I'm betting the Arc, and then what's the most recent one? The Metroplex.
The Metroplex and the Arc, dude. Those are both been fails.
Yeah, to me it is, but I don't know. I don't know what the sales are, but I just have to assume.
Yeah.
These two HasLabs, I think they look. First of all, the robot modes are really awesome. The designs for Victory were really cool. I mean, and if you like Gundam, I mean,
they look
some of
very
that Star
Gundam-esque.
Saber, Victory Saber stuff. I mean, that's isn't it like the same guy? Wasn't it the Gundam guy who did the design? I'm pretty sure it was, but anyway, they're really cool looking robots, man. They've got some curb appeal, is my point. So. Yeah, it's cool that we're getting them. I'm excited that we're getting Victory stuff. I hope this isn't the end. Like, I know, they like to do like the commanders and the leaders and stuff. I hope that we get more Victory. I hope this isn't the end after he ships. I hope they see that the interest is there, and we would like more. I know we're getting like the Galaxy shuttle, but it's not really. It's kind of like remold, retool.
Yeah,
but I'd like to get more Japanese stuff.
A real Lyle Kaiser.
Yeah, I'd love that.
And a proper Dino King.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so.
Now, the only reason looking at this is I thought I saw on Twitter that there was some janky stuff going on.
Oh, look at it from the side and you'll see janky stuff.
What's wrong with it? There's a Trailbreaker?
Yeah. It's a masterpiece, but like they've kind of fallen, remember how they used to, like, I remember MP10 where I was like, dude, this is a perfect masterpiece. Like, it's beautiful, and then they came with the newer one and I was like, okay, so that's the direction they're going. Like, they're really making huge improvements. Like in the Grapple Inferno, like those are great masterpiece designs.
Yeah. Transformations are insane. Awesome.
Yeah. Dalton says masterpiece of garbage.
It's a real letdown. This one.
Art says that thing looks like trash. Everything's trash. Yeah.
Trash.
Messing my Toyota up.
Ooh, I already don't like that. Why is it looks like his chest is way far out and he's got like little bitty legs.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't do the leg day thing.
Where are the arms? The side is the worst. Look at that mess. Look where the windshield is. You got the gap there.
Are we sure that the person transforming did it properly?
No one knows that because it's not in hand. Everybody, just assumes.
There's a hand right there. Somebody.
There it is.
We haven't. We don't have it in hand. We got to be you got to use your words very particularly with sport. You got to be like, have you seen the movie? You
That was
gotta
perfect.
you got to ask the right questions. You got to.
It's in
Very
hand. See?
specific.
Now, the third party did a better job on
Lord,
this
what
one.
is that? I don't even understand what we're looking at right there. That looks like someone that like was mid transformation, because you remember doing this when you were a kid. You get mid transformation, you're like, hey, it's time to go to whatever football practice, soccer practice, whatever, and you're like, all right, well, you put this transformer halfway transformed in the toy box, and then you forget about him for like months, and you've also lost the directions. There was no YouTube to go look this transformation up. Like, it was just, oh Lord, what do? We need to pick a mode and just really try to get to it, So that's what that makes me remind me of. It exploded. Taking notes from Barbecue War Dog. I don't know. Or Backcube. Okay, Backcube. Yeah, dude. It's been over 25 hours being awake, so it starts to wear. Boys. Chain Toys. They're not Headstrong. I'm sorry. Does that say their name for them is Huge Rhino? That's actually a lot simpler. I was about to try to pronounce it like some Chinese way, but then I looked at it. I'm like, is that just that? It just says Huge Rhino and just put together in one word. So
Awesome.
that works. More of naming stuff that in the future would be very helpful. I was gonna say something like Hugh Rhino.
Who's your Reno?
Who's your Reno?
Well, we should just call him from now on.
Reno.
Reno. Oh my God, that hurts my eyes. That is too much.
Yeah, it's so overly designed, man. I just can't. I'm just not into that.
Oh man, it's hurting my eyes.
It's like the bag of knives exploded and you have to look at it.
It'll cut your fingers.
It really does. It looks like you're opening the drawer, your knife, like how we call it the Sharpie drawer, where we don't keep Sharpies in there. It's like all the like super sharp knives and stuff. Like if you open it, it just fell on the ground. That's what it looks like.
God,
My
that does
goodness.
hurt. Look at that. That's even worse.
I don't even know where anything is. I
just think it's also
is like
funny
a hand
that
and a hand.
Isn't it funny that pose from like the Iron Man movie, was that back in like 2007 or 8? That pose is still going strong in 2022.
This pose, okay, there are two Transformer poses that will live through the rest of Transformers time. It's this Iron Man pose and then the crotch thrust.
Yeah, can't forget that. Yeah.
Okay, I can see a little bit, dude. I was looking at this. I'm like, I don't know where the waist is. Check, like that is so hard to look at. Dalton, Hugh Jarino, best buds with Josh Duhamel.
Yeah.
Fans hobby.
This thing's kind of cool.
Dude, this is a relief because their stuff is so simple and blocky. Like you go from that Chain Toys to Fans Hobby, and dude, it's night and day.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Oh yeah, and that combiner, isn't there like 6 or something or 7? I forget it. I thought it was 6. I didn't count. I knew there was an extra one in there that
the gorilla.
What is it? A gorilla? I thought there was a
Yeah.
dragon in there too.
Probably. That'd be 7 then. This guy looks cool.
Oh, is that what they're doing? One's for the Japanese and one's for the American release.
Yeah, you get your choice of which one you want to get.
Art says 8, counting the feet. So there's
8?
eight figures in that combiner we looked at. Dude, I wouldn't be able to even tell you where one starts and the other one ends.
That's crazy. Imagine if you had to review that. Just think about Diesel.
Don't,
and then
dude.
think about that.
I haven't taken my blood pressure medicine since last night, dude. It's like don't do that. Like, I'm getting flashbacks of fans projects Minosaur.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at that and I'm like, dude, that looks like 100 times harder.
8 robots.
That's crazy.
They're all sharp. By the end, you're just bleeding. You got blood on your hands.
Dalton says 1 bot for each foot, a gorilla, a rhino, an eagle, a tiger, a lion, and the hands become a little crab, and then there's the bull. Bro, that's
That's crazy. I'll just stick with this.
I mean, I don't want this either, but I'm cool with the one Hasbro came out with. Well, back, I thought that was a nice double clotter. Dalton says the entire animal kingdom in one combined.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, and then we get to look at, nice aesthetics, pleasing to the eye, and then have to remember that they're legend scale, but they're priced like masterpiece figures. New Age Toys. Dude, I needed to look at something like this just to calm me down a little bit. Like that combiner, man, that was.
I guess
it made me. Oh, go ahead.
I didn't realize Road Hauler was so popular.
I like the little legacy one we got from the Speedia stuff for Walmart.
Yeah, the Velocitron. Yeah,
he's in. I have like 6 of them in each one of my Walmarts, but I haven't bought them. All right, Sport, put it down for Dalton. Here you go.
I'll put them down for 2. I was just thinking that earlier on Twitter. Yeah,
you got the cha-ching for him?
Oh, what am I missing here? How could I? There it goes.
Yeah. Add it to Dalton's tab. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, New Age is basically like, look, we got the mold. We're doing every color we can. Even we'll even make up some colors.
They're like, he was trapped in ice, so we make him look clear. We make him look like ice. Call him Ice Fire. He's good.
God, who remember Mastermind Creations whenever they did that little RC mold, and then they were like, dude, we're doing all the females, and then we're even gonna like make some up.
Yeah.
Like, man, that it got wild there for a moment.
Yeah, there was like 6 or 7 of them. Mastermind Creations did those, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Magic Square, also legend scale. Apparently, this is like, it's the G1
colors. Yeah,
I guess colors.
If you like Skyfire or Jetfire, there have been so many different ways to get him in the past 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah,
I mean, there's at least 7 different ways to collect this character.
Oh, don't forget we had that Thrilling 31 like a while back too. I sold that one.
And we're getting a masterpiece version.
Dude, the one for the regular line, it is nice.
It's nice.
It's enough nice for me, yeah.
But
I didn't even know we were supposed to vote on this thing.
I knew.
So apparently, dude, why did y'all not vote for the purple one? I didn't even vote. I wanted him.
Yeah.
and y'all went with the most generic looking one.
Oh, bummer.
He's all right. I mean, none of them were really bad.
Well, I guess he's the most generic one. Like he's just all black with like the red there. So he's better. He would have been my second choice, and then, or no, third choice. Last choice, third, second, first, dude. Until Hasbro Classifieds give me my Techno Viper.
Yeah.
I need my Purple Boys. Oh, George says, sorry, man. I wanted uniformity, so
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
All right. Then everyone tell Hasbro we need Techno Viper. We need them bad. I need my Purple Boys. So
Yeah, they would be good.
vintage collection. You're gonna get your Forlom and Zuckuss, and it's actually with the correct.
Like the retro.
Wait. No. Well, these are wrong. No, so it's like they did the old ones then. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so they got the
it's
wrong
part of the
names on.
retro.
Yeah, so. They already did that for Black Series. Those are the only Black Series that I actually kept on card because
Oh yeah, the
otherwise,
special one.
otherwise I would just buy because I already had Forlom and Zuckuss, and if I
Yeah.
opened the card ones where they did the names, the incorrect way, like they did back in the day, then it was like it kind of defeated the purpose. Carbonized Black Series,
No.
Royal Guard and TIE Fighter, yeah,
No.
Still
thank
doing
you.
that? Wow.
No. Nope.
I believe that you have some sound effects for this sport.
That is true.
Yep.
There we go. That's a cool one.
No, we don't do we don't do carbonized. And we
Xander
don't
says,
do,
I don't know
Yeah.
what that red guy is, but I want him. That's the Royal Guard. But this is a carbonized.
yeah, we don't do the carbonized. And what's the other one? That the credit collection. We don't do the credit collection.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Does
do
look
you
good,
take
though.
the dude's cape off? They'll end up doing them back in the archive probably eventually.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Do we already have this guy on
This
pre-order?
is the oversized carded Black Series for the Return of the Jedi
But do we already
anniversary
have
that's
him? I
coming up.
can't remember.
Was he in the pack for the big pack with the speeders and Leia and Luke? Wasn't he on the speeder?
Let's see.
It was one of the
Does he have a feather on his? Yeah, it's him.
yeah.
Yeah, because I've got him with that feather in his hat, and he's holding this
Yep.
thing, and he's on the speeder. Okay, so
Yeah.
I've already got
He was
him.
one of the exclusives. He was expensive. I mean, he was expensive to get the first time.
All right, because I look at this stuff and I'm like, dude, they keep on like archiving, and then
Right.
they offered exclusive, and now there's
Yeah,
like in regular
just
packs,
remember
and now they're putting it on cards, and I'm
the
like,
anniversary stuff is usually repacks, and the only thing that they've done with some of that stuff is redo the heads for certain ones. Just depends on when it was made.
I was about to put an order for Bib Fortuna because I was like, oh, okay, I don't have him yet. And then I looked over here at
Got
my
him
Star
last
Work stack, and he
year or
was sitting
earlier
right
this
on
year.
top.
Yeah, he's not too long ago we got him.
And I know I've got plenty of him.
The question is, is the chain on this one? First of all, the
That's
head
new.
sculpt on that's the Return of the Jedi head sculpt, and is the chain? I'm assuming the chain is also new from the
Yeah.
skiff, right?
Head and chain is new.
Yeah. So that one I'm gonna buy.
I'm not.
I have to get that one.
I've
I
got
want my
like
Return
4
of
or
the
5
Jedi version.
Chewies, so. And then I've got plenty of Stormtroopers, dude.
Oh, I need Stormtroopers so badly.
There you
Dude,
go.
I've got
There you
like,
go.
I don't know, like 24, 28, something of them. So I loaded up whenever they came out with the Mandalorian ones because they did the improved.
Yeah.
joints and stuff, and so
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm loading up on those. Already have him. He was wave 1.
Hmm?
I think was he wave 1 or wave 2 when it's kicked off, the Emperor. I remember because I
Not
He was
wave
early on.
not wave 1.
So maybe wave 2, because I remember because I complained. I was like, dude, I don't want him with a cane. Give him some lightning hands.
He just was in the archive again, and he came with the throne for a
The
while.
chair, yeah, I have
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's worth
I've
a
got
lot
that
now.
one. Oh, is it? I've
Yeah.
got the throne one too, where he's got the lightning hands in that.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 representations of him.
This is more
Good.
about the anniversary and the oversized cards. That's really all it is.
Okay. Marvel Legends, you're gonna get a blue and yellow suit, Gambit.
It does not look right to me.
Yeah, I have no
That's
interest in
y'all's 90s boys.
No,
I like
yeah,
the more traditional Gambit.
yeah. Hashtag not my Gambit.
Yeah.
So. Yep. Let's see. Marvel Legends. Who's this?
Was that Amazon? I can't remember. I ordered one.
Random Pretty Boy, Vertigo, Strife, and Zero.
Yep.
Strife is the only one that I would care about here.
Vertigo is
maybe
the first.
Vertigo.
Yeah. Vertigo is the first of the Marauders that they've ever even. They've never made a Marauders figure from the Mutant Massacre. I've been hollering about it for 20 years. So,
yeah, but I'm not buying no 5-pack.
And the Strife is definitely the best. I mean, he looks the best to me.
Did we get one of him
I want
already?
the Vertigo.
Did we get a Strife already?
I feel like I don't know.
It's been a while.
I don't know.
And there was like an Iceman on a card.
We did get an
Strife
Iceman
on a card.
I don't know if they did
there
Strife.
Was a Cyclops. Who was it? Oh, was it Silver Samurai then?
And I know we haven't gotten the Pretty Boy Reaver guy. We have not gotten.
I don't even remember who this is, so I don't care. I don't care about him either, or her. I have no idea, but I don't want them. I just want the Strife and the Vertigo. I would be cool to get that, but I don't have to have it. I don't like the packs. You know, they're going back to the whole like buy the entire wave to get the Build-A-Figure thing, to where it's like now they've gone away from that because they'll just sell us the Build-A-Figure, you know, for $40 or whatever it is. To where it's like, hey, still buy the entire wave, and it's like I don't want to. I just want to buy what I want. So. George says he bought it just for the Strife and is going to sell the rest. I've tried to do that stuff before, but then I end up not getting very much for the rest of them. Cobra Con? Or
it's an exclusive version, the Camo Con.
Camo Con is $30.
Okay. Dang, man, really?
Yeah.
Man, they're getting up on these prices, man.
That's the only way you can get that head with the Cobra, flap out like that or whatever.
I'll wait for the regular release.
Yeah, the regular one's already out. BBTS shipped it not too long ago, but you don't get that big head. You just get the small head.
That's okay.
Thundercats, dude, this was money saved, man. When they were like teasing it, you went to the Twitter feed and like I was looking in there, I'm like, what are other people saying about this? And they're just like, oh my god, I can't wait! Like I love these.
Really?
At $59 a piece? No, thank you.
Yeah, and like someone even said, like, I'm so glad we got these before the Bertle Bears. And it's
why?
I would rather have the Burbles, but
me too. I'd rather have the twins, the kids. Come on, guys.
No kidding. Like main characters.
Yeah.
Not someone that was just in like 5 episodes. Like you're talking about like almost every episode.
They give us Snarf, but I'm still waiting for Wily Kid, Wily Cat.
Yeah, when they were like, yeah, so surprised we got these. I'm like, why? Like the body was already there with
Yeah.
life. Like you're surprised by this?
I mean, to me, when you show when they showed Slive, they should have been like, "Look, we're going to give you him. We know you all want him. Be prepared to get that figure, to get that mold. You're going to be buying some troop builders later. We're going to offer troop builders." I'd rather them just come out and just do it like that. Let people know so that you can just expect it.
Yeah.
I mean, why
But
not?
to me, dude, I ain't paying no $55-$60.
Me neither. $55 for something that you don't really need. That's going to be a background on your shelf. No one's going to put that in the foreground.
I don't look at them as like G.I. Joe and Stormtroopers stuff where I'm like troop building. Like, dude, nobody's troop building Thundercats.
Yeah, they're too expensive. Now, look, I say that, yet I do troop build Hot Toys. So it just depends. It depends on my level of love. But when I think of the reptiles on Thundercats, it's not like it's like a 501st Trooper. It's almost $60 for 3 background each, for 3 background characters.
Watch them do that for Monkey and.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
I think it's more of like toy brand like that you troop build for. Like you could see people that collect Star Wars and G.I. Joe do troop building and get into that, but when you're talking Thundercats, even Masters of the Universe, unless you're talking about the Horde Trooper, that's the only
the Horde Trooper is one.
But like the Palace Guards and stuff like that, like I don't see people really troop building.
2's enough. Yeah, like when I got to Palace Guards, I ended up just putting up 2. Well, I'm okay with the 2.
This Hush Poison Ivy, she looks really good.
Yeah, all the Hush stuff looks good.
I kind of hate that, like she has like her little money suitcase. Like instead of that, it would have been cool, like if she had some vines, that she could, like
give her some effects,
or just something. She doesn't have any weapons. Instead of a suitcase full of cash, that's kind of boring. So, McFarlane.
Oh, I like this one.
It's a Walmart. I feel like this is a Walmart.
I saw one at Walmart and I didn't pick it up and it's gone. I regret that.
I haven't seen it.
I saw just one. I went to go get something. I came back and it was gone.
Jordan says, "I would just like Super 7 to ship within a reasonable time."
Yeah,
what a 2-year wait's cool. too short for you? Or too long for you?
And money suitcase does go with the storyline. I just, it's hard to get excited about that accessory. And Dark Knight, Gladiator, Batman. You just get a lot of these are just one picture teasers. So there you go.
Yeah, like coming soon type stuff.
They need to cut back on their Batman.
Yeah, Jay Garrick.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I've seen his little coming. He does a lot of coming soons. That Mr. Freeze looks cool.
Yeah.
Is he going to be the regular 7-inch or is he a lot or like big boy?
I don't know.
But I give him credit. There's still $20 for the regular figures.
Another
Joker. Yeah. I do dig his like big boy deluxe thing. So those
I do think.
Nice. Yeah. I heard the Bane is pretty good.
Signal or whatever.
Yeah, Duke Thomas, Signal.
I don't care.
I don't know what Signal is.
Catwoman. Oh, we're so close to getting her for Icons, man. This one, like she was the next wave before.
Oh yeah.
Sinestro, her.
Yeah. Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle and Booster Gold were a 2-pack, but there were one more. There was Catwoman, Sinestro and like one other
Yeah.
one that was like 3 of them that were the next wave, and then there was a 2-pack Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. Like, dude, I would have been so happy. I'm like, how do you wait this long in the line before you gave us Catwoman? Like, again, this goes back to you gave us Deadman in wave 1 of that series. You know,
I love that line. I miss it.
and then Kingdom Come Batman,
Another Batman.
dude.
They haven't done. I don't feel
The-
like they've done anything from Kingdom Come. This might be the first one they've done from Kingdom Come storyline. The Alex Ross stuff.
Dude, I thought you were about to say, I haven't seen McFarlane really do anything Batman. I'm like, bro,
No, I mean, I
no one
collect
can,
this stuff. So.
no one can question whether McFarlane loves Batman or not. Like right now, if you're
McFarlane Batman are peanut butter and jelly, dude.
Yeah,
I like the Superboy too.
Connell,
that's cool.
yeah, that's all we go with
It's
that.
got a butt crack. All right.
Tamashii Nations, Black Adam. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but that you've seen it, right, Rick?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Can I
Have
ask
you
you
seen it?
something? Can I ask you something? I thought Black Adam was a villain.
Yeah.
Am I?
But it was
he
played.
he
but he was
was-
played
he
by
was
the
in-
Rocks. So
in the old comics.
So when did he become good? And what changed?
I would never.
Uh,
well, I don't know if I would necessarily say he's good,
he was
but
cast
he's sort
by
of
the-
like
as the Rock.
anti-hero or whatever, somewhere in between. But yeah, he's in the comics. He's like the protector of Kahndaq or whatever the name of the place is. But he's recently, like in the recent comics, like the last few years, he's been in the Justice League, and some of them trust him and some of them don't. So he's still kind of
Shady.
He's not really a good guy. He's not really a bad guy. He's that anti-hero.
Dude, he was part of the it's not the Temple of Doom. I was about to say Temple of Doom.
Legion of Doom.
Is it Legion of Doom? My mind's not working.
Like the old cartoons.
Yeah.
Like in the swamps.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Darth Vader head that came up out of the swamp. Legion of Doom headquarters.
I'm surprised they got away with that.
Hey. So Rick, I was gonna say real quick about the thing where like in the, when he says like you just make sure that I never say this again, and then like 12 minutes later. I was like, okay, well, all that build up just to, change 12 minutes later. But hey, go ahead and make sure you let Pial know, because I know he was like, I want gladiators, but I don't want NECA. Well, here you go. But
the gargoyle stuff, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't look so nice. Also, they're one night scale, which it's that Beast Kingdom does that weird scale that nobody else makes.
Yeah, I don't like the look of. I saw this and I just didn't like the look of it.
You see the pins too and everything. They do not look good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it.
But maybe PL will like it because no NECA.
Yeah.
Light up function. I just don't understand one night scale. Like for years, we got the 3 3/4 inch scale. The 6-inch scale has been established. We got the Hot Toys 1/6 scale, and then Beast Kingdom out here every year. Like, hey, for my one night scale,
right.
people.
Right.
Yeah.
They looked at the market and they're like, you know what's missing? I got you.
It reminds me of that meme where it was like, where it says like nobody, and then Beast Kingdom's like one night scale. We got you. Like nobody, no one asked for this. Hot Toys.
Who's asking for this one?
Christian Bell.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know, man. This is. I don't know. I feel like there's at least 30, 40 characters that I'd rather have, or clone troopers, or I mean, I could throw it out there.
The only thing I can think of is kind of like whenever we were looking at those Eternal figures, where they had the Angelina Jolie, where it was like people that are just fans of Angelina Jolie will probably
Yeah,
buy her figure,
that's
and
true.
that's why they came out with her, and not every single other person. Like they came out with her first
Yeah,
because there will be people that will just buy her. They've got the Tomb
yeah,
Raiders, they've got the different
that's
stuff.
true. She's
But
crazy,
there's
fairly
got to
hot.
be some Christian Bale fans, and I love a lot of Christian Bale
Yeah,
film,
me too.
because he's such an extreme actor.
Yeah,
I just, even I wouldn't go and be like, well, let me go buy every hot toy that he's got. So
yeah.
I heard she was hard to find though. But yeah.
2 tabs. Wait, what's that?
Angelina Jolie, Eternals.
Oh, was it hard to find?
She was selling out everywhere. Yeah, at least in my area.
Oh, well, not the other Eternals, like all their stuff.
Well, that's collected dust, but her, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the only way that I can look at that and be like, hey, maybe there are some people that'll buy him just because of the actor that played him.
Look, if you skip the Clone Wars 501st, you can still get some 501st. It's just a different color palette that they're using. Yeah, a little slightly different, It's more like, what is it, like a bluish teal or something?
Yeah, and
from the Kenobi,
like less
it's the one
damage
that's on screen in Kenobi. You see them in the palace or whatever, killing the younglings.
You see the crotch is different here too.
Yeah,
and also the ab section is different here.
Yeah,
and then obviously more battle damage on this one. This
Yeah,
boy, he hadn't seen a lot of action.
Yeah.
He just got dressed up.
A lot of people are speculating. Do you still have the picture of that one? A lot of people are speculating that they're going to do so far, Dark Anakin was only a summer exclusive to they have those shows over there. And then he was available on Sideshow briefly and sold out. And on the aftermarket, he goes for about 700, the Dark Anakin. So a lot of people are speculating that they're going to bring out another Dark Anakin with that 501st. I skipped him, so I would buy the Dark Anakin just for the head. I just want the eyes and stuff.
I'm waiting for not Ahsoka. I'm waiting for a Ventress, Hot Toys General Grievous. I know the Sideshow one's out there.
Yeah.
But I want a Hot Toys one. And
what do you think about this being available as you can get it by itself or with the 500 or the little ATRT driver? You can get it both ways. So if you just want to put like your Ahsoka or your Anakin with it, you don't have to get the version that comes with the trooper. But what they don't do,
if you wanted it.
Yeah. But they don't, you can't get the trooper by itself. That's what they've been doing. If you've been remember the last ones that we saw, like the Bark speeders? Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a cause for that.
The Bark speeders are the same thing. There's 2 separate troopers. If you get the deluxe one, there's 2 separate ones. So they're starting to make some of their clones very hard to get unless you get them with the vehicles.
Boo. Cash cow. Huh?
And then at the same time, people have been like asking for small vehicles forever, 1/6 scale. So we'll see how popular they're going to be.
All right, guys, we went just a little over 2 hours, so not too terribly bad. We extended that. I thought we were going to be able to do like 2 more years of G.I. Joe because I was like, dude, we don't have a whole lot of news, but like there was like a lot of big projects where it's like, hey, want to look and deep dive into it, just not defiant. Just give it an A and move on to the next thing. Look at the tackle box.
Tackle box on wheels.
But all right, we can close out on there. Hopefully, I'll have some of this stuff. I need to start putting my stuff together. There's a toy show that's in North Dallas. They have it's the first Saturday of every month, and I asked them, I was like, how much is a table? And they're like $35 for a 6-foot table. I'm like, whoa,
it's really cheap,
dude. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get like a really good lot of stuff, and like go reevaluate, go through my Star Wars stuff and see what I don't want, and then go and get all the boxes and sort through them. That way everything's boxed, and then sort through prices and go there like February or March, and just have my masterpiece, like all box stuff, high dollar stuff that like I'm like, it's got to go, it's got to make room for Rick's Hot Toy Batmobile,
There we go.
Yeah. I got to make money for it. I got to make room for it. So, try to sell my Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull again, because there's no way, unless someone's there to buy it, like there's no way I'm selling, because I'm not shipping that shit. So
yeah,
it's too
like
big.
a pickup only.
Yeah, it's pickup only. So, I think I'm gonna do that in like February or March. That way I've got everything set, and $35 a 6-foot table, and it's not like it's a convention. Like it's only there for like, they open it like 8 o'clock, and then they're done at 2 or something like that. So it's only for like 6 hours. So you're not there all day. It's not like a convention where it's like, oh, well, I've got to be here from 8 to 5 or 8 to 6, Saturday and Sunday, to where it's like people know it's this short amount of time, like everyone gets in. So
right.
All right. We can go ahead and sign out.
Yep, I'm Rick. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter as Shatrdglassjazz.
And I'm Andrew. You can find me on YouTube as Sportimus and on Twitter as Sportimus Prime.
And you can find me a G1 Extron on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully we get Sport back soon. So wish him luck. You can hit him up on Twitter, Instagram, on his YouTube channel, wherever he's at. You keep up to date with him, find out and stuff like that. So we will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Later.